Good evening, this is Kuro. Got a ranked sprint game in my Kagero. Going over the matchmaking, the enemy team has a Massachusetts, Double Tirpitz, Vladivostok, Cleveland, Montpellier, and an Akizuki. The map is Greece, 3-cap domination, and we're going to kick this off. Basically just continuing my trend of just trying to knock out anniversary gift containers on my ship. So this rank sprint, I was running a lot of tier 8 destroyers just to get the one win needed to get the gift box. Do you want open? Open? There you go. So this is a chance to see destroyers that normally wouldn't get spotted in a ranked game. So I'm running Kagero, pretty much just how I run it in randoms. Running torpedo reload. Yeah. Hi, baby. I'll get you a drink in a minute, okay? Yeah.
Listening.
Oh, really?
Listening.
You gonna help me with the video? Okay. So, the plan is I'm gonna push up here to C-cap, and right away I'm not too happy with my team's positioning. For starters, I really would like to have at least one of the cruisers come my way, just for a little bit better firepower. I am against an Akizuki, and a gunfight between the two on equal terms. Akizuki really should win that. And I'm not really satisfied with my battleship's positioning. I'm already well into the cap. These guys have barely moved outside of spawn. And that's going to have some ramifications on this map because you really do need to get out here to start establishing angles of fire, crossfire, things like that. And I want you to watch as this game unfolds just how limited my battleships are as far as their positioning. They basically end up, you know, 3 of them clustered up right in here. And you can't control anything. And the enemy team gets a really beautiful push on them. It's because they have no crossfire because they're all clumped up. The enemy battleships, gotta hand it to them. They just put their bows right into them and they shove through here, they shove through here, and they shove through here. And it makes this game really difficult. So, battleship players, if you happen to be watching this video, watch this. This is one of the best, random pushes I've seen in a long time from battleship players. Now, I am against an Akizuki. What I'm lining up here, this island is an issue for me. Kagero and other really sneaky destroyers, you don't like islands and stuff like that. You want to play wide open water where you can use your concealment against your concealment advantage against whatever could be coming your way. So I throw torpedo volley number 1 out there to see if I can catch this Akizuki trying to sneak into this behind this island to see if he can, rush into inside my concealment and surprise me. You'll notice I'm not really getting that deep because of this island situation. I'm staying here and holding this line. I'm ready to kite away, and there's the Akizuki. He's not rushing the island. I see that he's turning out. So I'm going to open up, see if we can't get a trade on this guy. And I do pick up a pretty good chunk with my allies. Their one volley happened to knock about, 20-25% off his HP. that makes the Akazuki start smoking up. You know, it is good for him to try to save his hit points, but it also plays into my hand though, where he's being forced to use one of his consumables, and he's being forced to disengage, which plays right into my hands where we've got a really good trade on him. Even though he started out with over 23,000 hit points, now he has less hit points than I do. So this is a really critical trade that I'm looking to defend. So basically try to make myself that much easier or make him that much easier for me to deal with later on in the game. So, just kiting out right now, circling back around. I'm kind of anticipating torpedoes on my battleships here. I'm gonna see if I can spot them. Um, Again, really don't like my battleship's positioning. This Bismarck, okay, let's see what kind of shots he's got. But I mean, this Monarch, what can you shoot? I mean, you could throw some shots in here, but you're broadside to everything. This Massachusetts, yeah, no. You don't poke islands like that. He's gonna get wrecked. And this Tirpitz, he's bow on to the enemy, and I mean, you can see the Akazuki starting to farm him. There's the torpedoes. It's just not good. Now I am gonna throw some torpedoes out here on these Tirpitzes. Maybe I can catch the Akazuki. These torpedoes, they just have, all sorts of potential to catch, up to 3 different ships in that area. And I'm just going to keep kiting back. And again, you can see how quickly that Tirpitz just melted. My Baltimore is rushing out. You see he's broadside to the Mount Pellier. That's U.S. Heavy Cruiser AP. He just gets wrecked. So I know he's dead. And yeah, that's just really rough. Now this is the position I was talking about with my battleships. They're just clustered in here. No crossfire, no real potential to do anything. I mean, the only thing that could potentially crossfire might be this Tirpitz or this Bismarck here, but it's just not gonna happen. I mean, this Vlad's behind the island. And take a look at this push here. Everything. The Massachusetts shoved all the way into A. The Mount Pellier is pushing south. The Vlad's pushing south. Both the Tirpitzes are pushing south. The only thing that can really crossfire anything is me. And that's because I slid out here to the flank. And since I'm in this position, if you want to see a photograph of textbook torpedo positioning, this is it. I'm well under 8 kilometers. I'm on his broadside, slightly ahead of him. This is about as close to perfect as perfect gets. The second set of torps, I lead expecting him to turn slightly out. With him turning the way he is, you see that he turned out a little bit. I know that I've got this guy. His rudder is not fast enough to be able to dodge these torpedoes. And I know that he's dead. I'm circling back already. I'm gonna try to line up a torpedo volley on the Vlad. And this game, at this point, I know it's up to me to just start erasing stuff. We were down 3 ships, but that makes it down, or down 2 ships. Now we're just down 1 ship. Akazuki's gonna step on the cap. I can't do anything about it with the Vlad here. So I'm just gonna keep pushing the Vlad. Now it looked to me, I had popped torpedo reload before that, and it looked to me like the Vlad was gonna keep sailing south for a bit, so I actually used my torpedo reload. Now he's starting to turn away. This, this isn't ideal torp position. You can't see it, but his indicator's actually right around this island. And that's the reason why I'm using these torpedoes, is he's pushing in front of an island. It's giving him restricted ability to maneuver. I do spot the Mount Pellier. I'm calling target for my teammates to try to finish this guy off. This Kutuzov, he's been doing the God's work. It's me and this guy that's basically going to keep us in the game here. And Robin 1213, hell of a game. This would have been a loss without you. So at this point, you know, we're down heavily. We're down all 3 caps. The enemy team has, well, they finally get the Mount Pellier, so now we're down to just being down 1 ship. And I'm pushing back in here. I don't know where this Akazuki is. The Akazuki really doesn't know where I'm at either, other than I just torped the hell out of 2 battleships. And I'm going to push up in here and see what I can do about trying to claw back some of these caps. I do spot the Akazuki. He's sailing away. And I see that he's turning. And I know that his guns are going to be looking this way, so he's probably going to be sailing behind this island, and that's going to give me another moment in time to get a break between his superior DPM. So I throw a couple shots out there. My accuracy this game frickin' blows. Really should have just cleaned that guy's clock. Just wasn't happening for whatever reason. Actually, my ping is pretty crap this game, so maybe that's why. But basically, I know that this Akazuki, he needs to circle around and try to deal with me again now. I do have a large HP advantage on him. But this Akazuki, I mean, all of his support is on A cap. He can't just let me cap A and B for free. So I know he's going to be pushing in here. I want to make sure that I get the cap. I pick up C cap. My Kutuzov, he's, at this point, he's fleeing for his life. That torpedo volley against the Vlad was critical. I know this guy's low. He's trying to stay alive right now, trying to hide in here. So I'm pushing up here for a couple reasons. Number one, I do need to fight this Akazuki. I mean, I've got a large HP advantage on this guy, but I also need to try to get this Vlad killed too. This island is really just in the way right now. I hate this island on most games, but you know, it is what it is, and I just got to try to work around it. I've noticed this Akazuki, his shooting hasn't been the best when I'm angling away, so I'm going to try to use that against this guy, and I'm, you know, starting to throw my shots in here. Gonna start angling away. He starts landing some good hits now that he's under 5 kilometers, and you can see the DPM advantage that he has. I do end up running aground trying to stay angled to this guy, but he's gonna be going down here shortly. He's paused his shooting. That's a dead giveaway. This guy torped. So I'm gonna pop my repair. I know those torpedoes are right here, so I'm already turning. Dead giveaway when a destroyer stops shooting like that. He's throwing his torpedoes. Now there's the Vlad. That's, you know, target 2 I wanted to see. Shatters, of course. But I know I need this guy dead before he gets a rep off. I'm able to pick him up. And at that point, we flip this around, and now it's 2v1, and we're just down a bunch of points, and I need to get off to the races and get these points capped. My positioning, I can't tell what the HP is on my Kutuzov. He's been fighting battleships all game. I know it's not full HP. His positioning tells me that he's probably pretty low HP. He's pushed all the way down almost to the map border. And, this is not good positioning uh, for him. There's a Tirpitz in here somewhere. You're going to see a plane here in a second. And that's going to give you an idea of where this guy's at. There, you see the plane, and going to start pinging the map. And thinking about it, that plane might actually be to something else. But at the time, I thought, you know, that puts the Tirpitz somewhere right around in here. And I'm about a square off. But we're able to cap B cap. And at this point, if nothing changes, we've turned this around. We're going to win in 5 minutes, 45 seconds. So my Kutuzov, he's doing a good job. He's staying angled. This tells me that, well, they're saying got smoke. He's just running away right now. And Tirpitz is a fast battleship. Kutuzov's not going to be able to run away in that position. He's going to run out of room. However, the side benefit of the Tirpitz being forced to chase, it's taking him further away from A-cap, which is leaving A-cap open to me. And I'm rushing back as quickly as I can to try to pick this cap up. Side benefit, once I cross this island here, I'll be able to permanently spot the Tirpitz for the Kutuzov. Although the Kutuzov has a large smoke firing radius, and at this point, I think that it's unlikely that the Tirpitz is going to be able to, or that the Kutuzov's going to be able to really stealth shoot the Tirpitz. The Tirpitz is being spotted off and on, and that's telling me that, he's just taking pot shots into the smoke at my Kutuzov. And my Kutuzov, I mean, look at this guy. He's doing it just right. He's angled. He's making himself a small target. He has thrown one of his 2 sets of torps out on the Tirpitz. Tirpitz is going to avoid it. But now, at this point, this game's clinched. I'm going to pick this up. It's going to be, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. We win this game. And the Tirpitz, he's going to struggle to be able to try to get into any cap. He really needs to kill the Kutuzov and myself in order to win at this point. The smoke's wearing out. The Kutuzov spotted. That turn tells me that the Tirpitz sees the Kutuzov. I know my Kutuzov's not long for the world. Thank you for delaying, Robin. You gave me the time that I needed to backcap these guys and flip this game around. Kutuzov does get his last set of torps off on the Tirpitz. And at this point, I've got my torpedo reload booster, and I'm in a position here where if the Tirpitz tries to make a play for C, I cut him off with torpedoes. If he turns back to go to A, I just kite off on an angle and torp him again, just like I did this first Tirpitz here. This game's 100% in the bag. But Robin's torps, they're looking pretty good. I'm gonna throw mine out just in case. And those torpedoes Robin's torps are gonna hit. That'll be the game. And to date, this was the highest base XP game that I had this season. 2.7 base XP. That's always nice. I mean, good bit of damage. 14k on a DD. That's always going to be a solid chunk of XP. Plus four 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 full base captures, 10 base defenses. Basically, that's what it takes to get a 10 point or a 2.7k game. Um, Again, Old Faithful coming through for me. Kagero is still one of my favorite ships in the game, and this game you can see why. I mean, this ship, she can still carry if you can get in position, use the torpedoes. You can do a lot of work with this ship, and figured I would put this game out for you guys because it's probably not too many people are doing videos on Torpedo Reload Kagero in ranked right now. So for your viewing pleasure, here you go. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. Hope you're having a good night, and I will talk to you later.